to Pastor Michael Smith show. Illuminati News Hour on the Gospel Radio Show. You're tuning into the Pastor Michael Show on Gospel Talk Radio Show.
Thank you all for tuning in and logging on to another episode of Illuminati News Hour. Right here on Illuminati Radio, I'm your host. I'm your pastor, Mr. Michael Smith. My co-host is Sister Lady Smith. If you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when I drop this breaking news on you. Hit that like button also. And if you have a special request, video, a celebrity you want me to expose, or a social media personality you want me to expose, or if you just want me to drop some knowledge, well, that's a small donation of $5. The donation link is in the title of this show. Alright, so here we have Rudolph Giuliani, the former mayor of New York turned personal lawyer of Donald Trump. It seemed that his home was raided. Let's go ahead and hear this. Sister Lady Smith, go ahead.
Rudy Giuliani, one of former President Donald Trump's personal attorneys, had his office raided by the feds on Wednesday. According to CNN, Giuliani has been focused on an investigation concerning his activities in Ukraine and whether he conducted illegal lobbying for Ukrainian officials while he pursued an investigation linked to Trump's primary political rival, President Joe Biden.
This whole thing right here, anything that is connected with Donald Trump, you know what I'm saying? You got to understand, the Bible says a kingdom that is divided against itself cannot stand. Donald Trump is part of this kingdom here, which is America. So when you see things like, oh, Donald Trump is against America, no, they all playing their parts. Go ahead.
He has not been charged with any crimes. Authorities said 7 federal agents came to Giuliani's Manhattan apartment and additionally agents to serve a warrant on Giuliani's Park Avenue office. Agency's devices include a computer that belonged to his assistant, Joanne Zafanti. The last personal lawyer of Trump's who was raised by the Fed was Michael Cohen, and he served time in prison. After the raid, Giuliani's son, Andrew Giuliani, issued a statement on the raid. This is absolutely absurd, and it is continuing publication of the justice system that we have seen. He said, all I would say to this is to all Americans out there that our Justice Department should be independent on politics. Enough is enough. Ladies and gentlemen, he continued, we cannot stand this anymore. Twitter said he looks like a Will Ferrell character. And Andrew Giuliani, Will Ferrell giving his last speech. That concludes the story.
Okay, people. But let me tell you what all this is just a running up of the sacrifice of Rudy Giuliani. That's all this is. You know what I'm saying? I won't be too surprised if before the end of this year, Rudolph Giuliani, you'll find out that Rudolph Giuliani got the COVID. Or if Rudolph Giuliani, you know what I'm saying, hung himself. Or Rudolph Giuliani. This is just coming up to the sacrifice of Rudolph Giuliani. Because you got to understand what this is. You ever heard of the Knights Templar? The Knights Templar and the Jesuits. The Knights Templar and the Jesuits. This is, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, when in the beginning of this whole pandemic thing, you had 2 ships that Donald Trump, you know what I'm saying, had brought to America. One that was parked out on the East Coast, and another one that was parked on the West Coast. And they said that this was makeshift hospitals for COVID victims. Where all that was the Knights Templar. You know what I'm saying? One controls the East Coast, the eastern part of the United States, and another control the western parts of the United States. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like you had the Republicans and then you have the Democrats. Even though they seem separated, but they all together for one agenda. You know what I'm saying? They're just playing a part. They're just playing a role. The same way Donald Trump was playing a role. The QAnon people, those were people that was, you know what I'm saying, paid off by the Trump administration. The Trump administration paid off a lot of people that you don't even think was paid off. Young Pharaoh paid off. Trump administration. You have a lot of rappers that was also paid off by the Trump administration to, you know what I'm saying, to push the Trump agenda. You know what I'm saying? Rudolph Giuliani, it was just playing his role, playing his part. Because they all in this together. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I said, I won't be too surprised. You know what I'm saying? Because this is just the downfalling of the Republicans and uprising of the Democrats. But the Republican and Democrats is both all in it together. You know what I'm saying? Anything that happened to do with Republican wise, you know what I'm saying, they, you know what I'm saying, is looked at as a bad. Because the Democrats rule the House. You know what I'm saying? But anyway. That's all this is. This is the furtherance and the upcoming to Rudolph Giuliani's sacrifice. I won't be too, like I said, I won't be too surprised if Rudolph Giuliani further down the line, you know what I'm saying, well, you'll hear about him, you know what I'm saying, being hospitalized for something. Watch what I tell you. But anyway, this is news. I want to thank you all for tuning in and logging on to another episode of Illuminati News Hour right here on Illuminati Radio. I'm your host, I'm your pastor, Mr. Michael Smith. My co-host is Sister Lady Smith. If you're new to this channel, please tap that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when I drop this breaking news on you. Hit that like button if you're enjoying this content. And if you have a celebrity or a public figure that you want me to look into and you want me to expose, you know what I'm saying, that's a small donation of $5. The donation link is in the description box below. And until next time, stay tuned. God bless you all.
You are tuning in to Pastor Michael.